then it's back to jugging. I might just hit some stains, then it's back to boogie. I'm starting the show any kind of way without even telling us, yo. We back.
We back.
Week 59. It's our 59th episode. We just be lying about our episodes.
I lost count.
Yeah, we don't supposed to keep count. You know what I'm saying? We don't supposed to know how many. We just keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's another week, another day in the office, you know. A lot of shit going on. Airplanes still
Falling and crashing.
I was scared yesterday. I got on a plane.
Really?
Yeah, I was scared than a motherfucker.
I took a train, boy.
I was scared. But you know what? You can't live in fear, man. I'm like, fuck it. You know, I'm motherfucking Robert Taylor Projects, man. You know.
What? That you live in the Robert Taylor?
Yeah, I lived in the Robert Taylor's Projects. You never lived in no projects?
I ain't never lived in the projects.
You a goofy motherfucker. Only real niggas from the projects. You ain't never lived in no projects?
No, and I don't want that on my resume at all.
Yeah, you ain't certified then.
Shit, I'm from 71st.
Nah, it's something about
no sir.
It's something about being from the right. You lived in the projects, right? You gotta be nigga. Stayway Gardens. You don't even know about that man.
Nigga, I lived in the building.
Yo, I respect.
What are you talking about?
Listen, I respect all neighborhoods. 71st, 63rd, 79th. It's something about the projects, though.
Yeah, rats and roaches.
The roaches.
That's it. And elevators not working.
Elevators
smell like piss in the hallway.
All that.
I don't want to claim
that ain't what
that.
you want. It's just what it was. When the elevators don't work, you gotta walk up the stairs.
Yeah, that would have been a no
And the niggas turn the lights out.
Yeah, I know.
Like, nigga, they don't want no light. So you and your mama walking up steps with bags from Aldi's and Moinoink.
I remember.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember visiting Aunt May, and it's 30 niggas in the front door.
And niggas, what niggas don't understand, right? It's the different projects.
Ooh.
What made Chicago. Because you be cool. Like, we had cousins in the Ickies.
Yeah.
So you learn people in the Ickies.
Yeah.
We had friends in the Ickies. Then my sister stayed in the Robert Taylor. So you know people in the Robert Taylors.
Them was the red buildings?
No, it was one red building.
Okay.
Or they called it the whole. It was a few buildings.
Oh, I remember that.
Where the MCs was and all the other ones was
so
something
scary.
else. Yeah, it was crazy. But then I hated when they moved in projects we knew nothing about.
Like Ida Wells.
Like Charlotte and them moved to the Argyle Gardens.
Right. Ooh.
We like, what the fuck y'all moving to the gardens for? And we had to go get them, go see them. And
I hated that parking lot.
The Argyle Gardens.
They never fixed it.
Was in the 90s.
Man.
Yo, but respectfully, you know, the projects, man. You just grew up different. You know, you knew what a choke sandwich is. Like, it was places that you went.
What the fuck is a choke sandwich,
nigga? With the brown box, you got a choke sandwich with a milk or a juice. Nigga.
I see why this nigga eat nachos everywhere.
I'm just saying, G. Y'all, I'm telling people watching this, no, that was a way of life in the 80s and 90s. It was a place you went to go get a free lunch. Like, in the summer, kid, you ain't nowhere that people could go get a free lunch.
Well, in our neighborhood, there was a Salvation Army truck that used to come around.
That's gay. That's whack. That's gay. If anything pulling up, no, nigga. We don't even know where them lunches come from. They just there. We ain't see no trucks pull up. We don't see nobody.
Wait, they there like outside?
I can't even tell you where we get. You just be walking up, something just fall in your hand. You just walk off, nigga. A free lunch.
Oh my God.
And you and your homies go find a porch.
That sound like a Tubi movie.
And we should make it free lunch.
Hey, in the comments, comment if you appreciate growing up
free
in the project.
Yes, I bet you those who did would tell you That's where they got their mentality from. That's what, like, cause every day was of adventure, nigga. Every day.
I don't want that adventure.
It was then as we got older, we moved around the Leclerc courts. That was a whole
that was different.
Because projects varies from buildings to row houses. It's a different level.
And if you had an upstairs, you felt like you was better than the other projects.
Yeah, it was a different level.
Because they had an upstairs.
Yeah, they had upstairs in the Leclerc courts. It was an upstairs.
And a front door and a back door.
Front door and a back door. So it's different levels of projects. And I'm just speaking of Chicago. I don't know how New York but our projects, when it's, you know, the Ickies, I think was like 7 floors.
Yeah.
They weren't real
short
tall.
buildings.
The Robert Taylor's was like 300. That bitch went all the way up, like the Sears Tower. The Robert Taylor's, and niggas used to get thrown out the window. That's why they put the.
They used to get.
Listen, back in the day, they made the buildings, and it was like balconies.
Yeah. You
can look over, but kids start falling, and people start getting thrown over. They put the bars up. Yeah. They put the gates up.
And they used to like shoot you from the.
Yeah, you gonna get popped. But you know that came later. But I'm talking about initially. Did you know? I had looked up. Parkway Garden had like a water park in it. Like
really?
When they first built it.
Parkway is located.
Old Block.
Old Block.
Right. They used to have like a water facility, like a fucking.
Thought that shit was gonna be.
Oh, that shit been gone. That shit been gone.
They thought white people was gonna move in. I
mean, no, of course, all this stuff we speak of, it was white people there first. It was white people in Parkway Gardens and all them spots. But I would never forget. I met a girl at Jokes and Notes. We talked. We talked, and she was like, "Yo, I live in Parkway Garden." I was like, "Nah,
no sir,
nah,
it's a hit."
Yeah, you ain't going there. That was just the rule. Way before this Old Block, way before Chief Keef and all these niggas. I don't even know nothing about none of that, right? I don't know. I knew when they was like Parkway Garden.
No sir,
we didn't fuck with it.
No sir.
If a female, and it's certain stuff, you know. If a female was like, I live on Independence, you'd be like, nah, I'm cool. Out west, nah, I'm straight on you, shorty. You stay on what, Kildare or?
I do not like out west.
Why not?
Nah, no sir.
Now, you can't say that, dog.
Nah.
You can't say you don't like out west.
You don't like out west either. But he don't like out west, you know.
I fuck with out west.
See.
I do.
Yeah, he's switching up.
No. You gotta understand, my family is from the west side.
I know, but what
Chicago.
you claim? What you claim?
I claim the south side. I grew up out south. But my brothers and sisters, they grew up on the west side. Like Shine and them, they claim out west.
Right.
I don't know what, but when it got to me and Gina and Ronald, but we grew up out. I grew up out south, so I've been to south side. I went to high school out south.
Also, in the comments, comment if you fuck with the west side or the south side.
West side I got love for out west.
I mean, I got love for them, but you hate driving out there.
Yeah, well, if I'm on Lake Street,
I got love for them.
If I'm on Lake and Cicero, I'm mad.
Yeah,
like, nigga,
I love all of Chicago.
So many hypes.
I hate the fact they don't got no numbers.
Like what?
Chicago Avenue and Laramie and like.
Nah, it be fucked up when you gotta pick a motherfucker off Gladys. You like, what the fuck is Gladys, nigga?
I like 79.
You gotta pick a motherfucker off, and it's some blocks like after. Like it get weird.
It get too weird.
It get weird like after, like, say North Avenue. It'd be a few blocks in there that you never heard of. You'd be like, what the
Where
fuck
the fuck these blocks come from?
Be some little blocks in between blocks. You'd be like, nah, what the fuck is that? Right.
You fuck with over east? No, you ain't on Kingston and none of that shit.
Nah. See,
why not?
I'm tell you, when I grew up. When we was growing up, we didn't fuck with We ain't know nothing about over east, like Avers and
Yeah.
Avalon
Yeah.
and all that. Over there.
Ebonasca
No, we didn't go past like
State
yeah.
or King Drive.
Not even that's King. King Drive, far nigga caught it. Like we was like, to be honest with you, it was like Halsted. Halsted was like that was like the point. Like niggas didn't niggas didn't go way east over east.
You know what's crazy? I don't know shit about up north.
Like well,
Like up north. I don't know shit about.
But them motherfuckers get busy.
Like
up
they
there.
do.
They
They
get
do.
busy. They get
They
busy.
do.
Nah,
No,
we don't know
we
about them
don't-
suburban ass spots. So Evanston,
Mm-mm.
we be laughing at niggas like,
I'm from
like, like
I'm
we
from
be,
Addison.
like
and
that's
shit.
what's wrong with Chicago niggas, right? We think like that our city is like when we go out of town, they be
Yeah.
like, man, they rough over here. We be like,
Like,
man,
nigga, that
get
shit ain't
that shit out of here, nigga. You ain't never seen a
do it.
baby get killed, nigga.
right. Some
We just start naming stuff. I was in New York and they was like, man, Joe, it's kind of rough over here.
yeah. Every time a Chicago person go out of town, they be like, "Ooh,
Or they want to show you,
how tough
they want to show you a rough, they ask you, they be like, you want to go where it's rough at? No.
No. Or when you do go, nigga, y'all got grass.
I be like,
Y'all got driveways and shit.
they'll be like, you want to go, like when I went to New Orleans, my homies like, you want to go where, what's them projects?
Third Ward or
Where-
some shit.
where Juvie-
Magnolia.
I said, no. I've seen enough projects in my life, like, but I went because the
Dude.
nigga in me was like, I did want to see it, but it's gentrified now.
Yeah, it look
they
good.
had a Costco. I'm like, this ain't the Magnolia
Nah.
projects that y'all was rapping about.
A lot of hoods ain't really hood like Chicago. I got a question, and it's a debate. Harold's or Uncle Remus?
Both.
Both? You can't pick. You can't pick both, G.
If I'm gonna put it to you like, see, this is what people don't understand. The only way you can win that, like Harold's and Uncle Remus have to be right next door to each other. If they right by each other, I'm going in Harold's,
Right.
right? But I like Uncle Remus too, but I'm not.
I got the perfect
I'm
connection.
not fucking with.
I like, because I tried it before, Uncle Remus sauce on Harold's chicken. Amazing.
How you do that?
Because I went to both.
You could go to jail for doing shit like that. You can't fucking mix fucking chicken,
Because
nigga.
Harold's chicken is seasoned like to perfection. Uncle Remus sauce,
You
Uncle
can't
Remus
be
shit.
dipping and dabbing, mixing sauces. Man, what type of shit you on, man?
I love wings, G.
What about the spots? What about the spots in the hood that's neither a Harold's or Uncle Remus, but taste like it?
Catfish City.
Or Marlins.
Marlins on 75th.
What the fuck?
That shit is good.
Marlins is called Marlins,
Yeah.
but it tastes like Harold's.
It do. It do.
I be like, how y'all able to do this? You can't have a McDonald's and it's
And
not a
then-
McDonald's and selling
McDowell's.
McDowell's. But I be tripping. Like that was a question somebody was saying on Facebook. Somebody, influencer came to Chicago and I said, but real niggas know in Chicago, it's some small spots
Yeah.
in some really bad neighborhoods that's
killing,
fucking
yeah.
Harold's and Uncle Remus.
Yeah. Right. What's your spot? That wing spot you used to go to?
He used to go to that Chinese spot on 69th and
Nigga,
race.
you mean Hong? No.
69th
King Kong and Ashland.
and Ashland.
Nigga. 6 wings in a bag was like $1.29.
And Chicago, the thing with our food is, if you can't almost get killed, it's
Used to
not
go
good.
to Wings It Is. Is it called Wings It Is?
When? What wing spot?
You used to bring some wings to Cell Crib.
No. But we got it's a few JJs. And I don't even like JJs and Sharks and all those, but it's some spots. If you catch him at the right time,
Yeah.
the right cook came to work that day.
Yeah.
He high, they
Yeah.
gotta be high.
Yeah.
The cook gotta be on that shit. He gonna fry your shit to perfection.
What about the Polishes? You fuck with Maxwell or
All that shit'll kill you. All that shit'll kill you, dog. Like Polishes, come on, man. I used to laugh at like older people when they used to be like, I can't
eat a Polish.
Polish.
You got to that age when you can't eat a
Yes,
Polish, G?
Yes.
Damn.
I'm at the point.
This nigga can't eat shit.
No, G, you get to a certain age, a Polish, this what a Polish do in your body. It's just fucking you
Is
up.
it a certain age or a certain size, nigga?
Both. Both. It get to a point where and ribs do that too. Like if I eat some rib
I ain't ate
tips,
a rib in about 15
think,
years.
I think it's pork. Your
Yeah.
motherfucking legs start swelling. It's a lot of shit start happening.
Inflammation.
All that shit. So you be like, and what's crazy is you see your foot swelling like, Professor, you should still be eating that shit. But I'm like, a Polish?
I don't eat none of that shit.
Gee. And it be fido. You be eating it,
do.
but you gonna feel it. You
do.
gonna be like, yo, I can't eat no more.
I got another one.
I can't eat no more.
What's your go-to pizza spot in Chicago?
That's easy.
Is it?
Yeah, my go-to. I'm going to Italian Fiesta, not Italian Fiesta. You got to understand where I grew up at. I didn't grow up around Italian Fiestas. I grew up around Leclerc Courts. We had this spot called Villa Rosa.
Villa Rosa
on 51st and
on
Archer.
Woo, killing.
That was killing the land.
Especially back then. Now they got like what?
Villa Rosa's still decent.
It's still decent.
They still decent. Like I like that style of pizza. Italian Fiesta decent. It's cool.
Home run in.
Home run in.
I don't like beggars.
Nah, I hate beggars.
Cheese would choke the shit out of you.
Yeah. Home run in, the Mexicans gonna chase you because they think
everybody
GD. And you just like, bro, we just trying to celebrate my grandma's 80th birthday.
That's it. That is it, dog.
They like, hey, Holmes, we like, bro, my grandma 80. We just want some pizza, bro.
You see us walking across the street.
Y'all, man. Come on, Mexican brothers and
Copy
sisters.
broken into.
Yeah, everybody who went to home run in on, what's that, 26?
27?
31st?
31st. Okay.
Has a story about
getting chased.
How you had a good time.
Right.
You go eat, kick it. When you leave, a Chevy Caprice chasing you and your grandma and them down the fucking street. And your uncle hitting that shit. You getting the fuck out of there. Y'all in the van. These niggas in the box Chevy trying to ram your van. And everybody full. Come on, man.
That's crazy.
Let us live, Mexican homies.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. But Chi-Town, man, you know, we got I don't get into all that hoop out. Like, if I see I'm not driving out west for no Uncle Remus. Like, I never been like.
That's what I'm talking
never been
about.
like, yo, I'm finna go get something. Nah, I have to be out west and see it and be like, okay, but nah.
Okay.
Nah,
What's your go-to breakfast spot?
Breakfast spot. Got to be like one of these. Like, see, and here's another secret.
Yeah, it's
that
two
people
different.
don't know
Yeah.
about breakfast spots, right? You gotta go to a truck stop.
Yeah. Kevin's.
They gonna be dirty.
Yeah.
They not gonna look like you can't take a nice date. That motherfucker gonna be filthy.
You can't look at the floor.
You can't do none of that. But they food going to be fire.
Joe's Grill on 51st and Racine.
I never had that. Kevin's had probably one of the best steaks ever.
Yeah.
Better than like Roof Chris.
Yeah.
And they fried your shit on a brick. Like it was like outside with cold. Like, but that line was around the corner. They had good food. Kevin's. And they ain't even around no more, right?
No, I don't think. Because it was one on Western and it was one on 39th.
They gone. They really gone. You know, we chopping it up. You know, y'all know how we do. We got an amazing guest. We don't got no guest, but the main thing is we chopping it up. Today's edition of Offstage. You know what? You should interview me.
Ooh.
we interviewed all these comics. You
Nigga.
should ask me stuff.
Okay.
I'm a comedian.
Okay.
You know me, or you need your little pen and pad and shit.
Hey, let's
Alignment. I know how to do it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do it like L. Let's go.
So when did you start your comedy career?
I started comedy November 23rd, 2007.
Really?
I know the date. I know the time. Let's rewind. How I even learned about Jokes and Notes.
Okay.
I was on MySpace. And I seen Lil Real, right? He was promoting an open mic on Wednesdays at Jokes and Notes. And I never knew nothing about King Drive or Cottage Grove. We just didn't go over there. And I saw it, $5 Wednesday night, open mic. I calls my brother. Now, we not doing comedy. Ronald, he's rapping.
Right.
He's heavy into music. He's rapping, right? I said, man, you know, it's a comedy club on King Drive. Now, I'm not even doing comedy. I don't even know I want to do comedy. I go that night with my nephew, Vail. We go to Jokes and Notes. Line out the door. We step up. Vail didn't have no ID. He couldn't get in.
Damn.
We go home. I wasn't going to go in. My nephew couldn't get in. I go back the next week by myself. I'm seeing niggas. I'm seeing people going on stage. I'm seeing Real. I'm seeing niggas be funny. So I'm watching Real, and I'm saying to myself, he's saying all the shit that I say, that I think. Like, I'm like, wow. So I tell Marcel, my cousin, he go with me one night. We watching, we laughing. I turn to him. I said, man, I'm gonna go on stage. He said, you ain't gonna go up
really?
there. He said, you can't do that. I said, gee, I'm gonna go on stage. So from that point on, I go back, I inbox or whatever it's called on MySpace, and I asked, no, Rail used to give out his number.
Okay.
I called the number. I said, man, what I got to do to go? He was like running or something because he was out of breath. He was like, come through, fam. Sign the list. I was like, bet. I came back. We had to be up there 6 o'clock, sign the list. I go, sign the list. Didn't go on stage.
Okay.
Had my whole family come. Second week, go back, sign the list. Didn't go up. I went 8 weeks in a row. Listen, young comics who be mad they don't go on stage. I went 8 weeks. And that final night, Mary,
and we came every week.
Y'all came every week. And Mary was like, you got to put him up. His family here, woo up the bam. I went up, did 5 minutes.
What was that feeling like the first time?
It was like you be nervous. Even to this day, I still get nervous.
Right.
But when you get on stage, it's like a calmness come over you. It's like you born to do this. It's like
did that happen that first time?
It happened like that. That's how I knew it was for me. Because when I got on stage, I felt like I felt when I was in school. Because I'm used to doing that.
Right.
I just didn't know I was doing it.
Right.
I'm used to being in class with an audience making people laugh. I did that my whole life. I was making people laugh, and I had timing. I had everything.
Right.
I just didn't know how to put it together. So once I said something that's because I'm naturally funny.
Right. That was did you have something prepared?
I thought I did, but you know, I just went with. I honestly had prepared to roast Lil Real.
Ooh.
That was my first initial thing that I thought I was going to do, right? Because I saw him every week, and then I was mad that he didn't put me up.
Right.
Being a new nigga, you don't understand the game. You just think people got something against you. You like, man, that nigga ain't putting me up. When I go up there, I'm finna talk about his ass. So I saw that nigga talk about a nigga. Before I went up, he was like, turn the light on. They turned the light on. Real had motherfuckers in that bitch crying. Stomach hurt.
changed your mind, didn't you?
I balled that motherfucking piece of paper. I didn't want no smoke with Buddy.
Woo.
And I went up there and I talked about my family, my life, and I had 5 minutes, and I knew that night I was like, that's it. That right there, how I felt, yo.
But what was the goal in the beginning of your comedy career?
The goal was just get respect from my peers, right? I wanted people to because I knew coming in, I had a job,
right?
And people didn't respect you when you had a job, and they still don't,
right?
So my thing was to let people know I was serious. I just want coming in, just fucking around. So I just wanted respect. I wanted motherfuckers to be like, oh, dude, you know, and it happened like that. I made it my business not to give niggas my number.
Okay.
I want asking niggas for their numbers. I just knew if I was funny, niggas was gonna find me.
Yeah.
And that's what started happening. I started in November. Leon Rogers was the first person to call me.
Wow.
Right?
That's a big name.
Leon Rogers, that's why I fuck with him. He called me. He was like, yo, I heard you the new nigga on the block. They say you funny. He got me a show on Christmas. My first show. Boom. And booked me. So it was all love.
When was the first time you got paid?
Michi Hall was the first person to pay me.
Okay. Shout out to Michi.
Michi Hall was our first guest.
Yeah.
He was the first person. Before that show with Leon, that was like my first big show. But I had did little stuff, and Michi Hall paid me $10. And up until about 5 years, about 2020, I still had that $10. I spent that bitch one day. I was like,
damn, nigga, needed gas.
Yeah, I needed something, but I had it for a long time because I'm like, people don't understand. Like, you can make money. Like, I make money.
Right.
But comedy money is different.
Yeah, it's different.
You can make $1 million over here. You can make $50 in comedy,
and it's more appreciative.
It's worth more, bro, because it's not easy. So people need to understand, like when you making money in comedy, you gotta, and it's often little, right? It's not very rarely, till you get to a point where you making big money. So you gotta appreciate that little money. So,
right.
Michi Hall was the first nigga to pay me $10, and I appreciated that for a long, and I still do. That's why we had him on here first. You know what I'm saying? So
well, second, supposed to been first. Mike Simp was first.
Yeah, but right.
Yeah,
Michi was supposed to been first, but yeah, that's what that was, man.
When was the first time you got booked out of town?
Ill Will.
Ill Will.
Ill Will.
Shout out to Ill Will.
Was shaking and moving back then, right? Ill Will was a problem. When I started, Ill Will was destroying, like, he was killing. And Ill Will took a liking to me. He was like, Dubs, I'm going to take you out of town. But at the time, when people be like, they going to take you out of town.
You don't believe them?
It's not that you don't believe them. Them niggas need a ride. Right. You the ride, nigga. So I had a brand new Escalade. Right? So he like, I'm going to take you to Milwaukee. I took you to Milwaukee, nigga. So, but again, that's part of the game. You pay your dues. Ill Will took me to Milwaukee. And we went out there. Ill Will flipped that bitch.
Ill Will used to flip.
Ill Will didn't play no motherfucking game. But that was my first place, Milwaukee, with Ill Will. Yep.
What is it like balancing being a truck driver with your own company, and you got drivers that work for you, and your comedy career?
Actually, trucking has helped me in comedy so much. Being a businessman, because a lot of comics lack the business side. Right? They got the funny. They got that all day, but they don't have the business side on how to delegate and deal with the business.
Yeah.
A lot of cats be upset about the business.
Yeah.
It's show business. You know what I'm saying? It's 10% show, 90% business.
Yeah.
So trucking has helped me with that, because in trucking, everything that can go wrong will go wrong every day. You know what I'm saying? And that's comedy, right?
Right.
Niggas ain't gonna have your money.
Yep.
Niggas want to short you. You know, that's a part of the game. You know, can you beat up every nigga that short you? Can you, you know what I'm saying? You take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? But it's what I do. You know what I'm saying? It's like asking a lion how it's what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't explain, but I do it. You know, driving trucks and doing comedy. And I got my business sense up on both of them, and I want to be a beast in both of them. Like, you know, once I conquered trucking, that allowed me to learn and do the comedy side,
Right.
because I had the trucking on lock. And so they both work, because to be honest with you, at times when trucking booming, comedy used to be slow.
Okay.
Then when comedy booming, trucking slow. So all these years, that's how it used to be. I would in the winter, trucking would be slow and comedy booming. And then in the summer, comedy would be booming, and then truck is like, so it would always just balance out. And, you know, I was able to do it. And plus, being an owner-operator, and I hear a lot of people used to say this about me and be like, you know, he in that truck. Trucking has never stopped me from doing a show.
Okay.
Right? If you call me and be like, yo, I got a show for you Friday in Atlanta, I can be there.
Right.
Right?
Right. Because you're your own boss.
I can be there.
Yeah.
If I got to drive that bitch to Atlanta with the load. So I tell people, they be like, but you in the truck. And I hear this question about people be like, having a job or, you know, fuck you up in comedy. It does if you a librarian or a teacher.
Right.
Right? If it's something that don't allow you to, nigga, this never stopped me. In fact, it helped me, right?
Yeah.
Because I make the money that you niggas making in comedy, if not more.
Yeah.
So it put me in the same position, if not better, than you.
Right.
So I can lease a studio and buy camera equipment and do what I need to do.
Yeah.
So if anything, it helped me. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm trying, my goal now is to be out the truck for good and have other people doing it. And I can just focus on comedy and podcast and writing and doing the other stuff.
I wanna take it back. How what was it like? You come from a big family.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like growing up with 8 brothers and sisters?
Fun. That's what gave me the people. You got to understand, growing up in a big family and you're poor,
right?
We broke. My wife hate when I say that. That's the truth. She'd be like, "Why do you?" I'd be like, "That's my truth. Comedy is." We was poor, nigga. Yeah. Like my mom the GOAT. She did the best she could with what she had, but 9 kids. My mama didn't work, but we had fun. G, 6 sisters, 2 brothers. It was fun every day because shit happened, right? Somebody come home with food. One of the boys gonna eat your food, right? And it's like your sisters so dumb. They like, why you keep putting food?
Right.
We gonna eat it.
We gonna eat it.
Brothers don't care. Who ate my food, bitch? We did. Why you keep doing? Who ate my baby cereal? We did.
So they had kids and it was in the same house.
Yeah, that was my first joke. Like, I got a whooping because my sister got pregnant.
Oh my God!
Fuck you whooping me for?
How that happened?
You need to whoop that bitch. What? Shit, your sister pregnant, bitch. Why you whooping me? Cause she pregnant again. I got a whooping when my sisters got pregnant. Like, for real. That was my early joke. My mama whooping me because my sister pregnant. I was an uncle before anything. I was an uncle in 87. I had 3 nephews. Yeah.
I was born in 87.
I had 3 nephews that came. Shit. I was an uncle. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, it was fun, G. We had, and then our house was the it crib, right? And every family had a cousins that you can go over, because my mama was at church.
Right.
Boy.
It was, nigga, free game.
She was at church every day. So it was cracking.
So you credit a lot of that to your comedy career and some of your material that you have now, the way you grew up.
Right. If I didn't grow up like that, I don't have the sense of humor that I have, because my mom taught us, even though we didn't have a lot, just to be grateful for what you got. And you had to have a sense of humor. Like, I'm easy going.
Yeah.
Right? Some days you didn't have much. You didn't have much. So it's that's why I am how I am now. It's like I don't sweat nothing.
Right.
I wasn't promised shit.
Right.
I want one of them kids that my mom, like, me and my wife talk about like this. Like, she's so, I'm not going to never break a promise to my kid. I get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never, like, I always got let down,
Yeah.
which helped
Yeah.
me because it was like, you know.
Yeah. And I know what you mean.
Right.
Because sometimes you need to get let down because you're gonna get let down.
You have to
in this world.
Because some days shit, you know, for Christmas, I'm gonna get y'all something for Christmas. Or we happy. Then I didn't get what. Of course, we don't understand as kids, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But you gonna be okay.
Yeah,
nigga.
you gonna be okay.
Some kids don't get shit for Christmas.
And it's the end. Yeah.
They want to shoot their mom and dad in the face. So it was those type of things that just made all that stuff made me the 9, brothers and sisters, father one in my life, my mom, my family. It just helped.
What was it like having because you grew up in a Christian home?
Mm-hmm. Sanctified.
What was it like your mama being at church?
Filled with the Holy Ghost. Super Holy Ghost. What you mean?
Like having that freedom because your mama at church.
It wasn't freedom because I'm the youngest, right?
Okay.
So me and Gina, we going to church with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You going to church, right? It wasn't until I had got older. But when I'm 12, 13, you going to church. I remember I'm trying to be out with my homie. That van pull up, you going to church. I'm like, Mom, GD, you ain't shit. You singing in the choir. And I don't care. Like this, and I was just saying this today. Like, you know how much shit or the situation you had to be in for you to miss church. You could have missed school all week.
Right, you going to church.
On my mama, going to church.
All that shit.
You know the only way you can miss school and church? Death. And you still going to church because your funeral at church. So you ain't missed.
Oh my God.
You ain't missing school and church.
That's, man.
Boy, you crazy. So yeah, when I was younger, my mom, and actually that's how we knew Dion Cole, because Dion Cole
he went to our
went
church.
to Monument of Faith, which where we went, and my mom and his mom and my aunt, they all cool. And I didn't see Dion a lot, but he was older.
Yeah.
But my sisters and stuff. But when I started doing comedy, Dion always looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like he still do. Like one day he called me. I was like, nigga, how you get my number?
Right.
Yeah. So Dion, shout out to Dion Cole, man. Put me on the YouTube Theater show in LA.
That's huge.
And I talk about stuff like that because in comedy, usually how you do people is how you was done, right?
Right.
So if you are mean and you a certain way to comics, you was done like that, right? I was helped.
Yeah.
Niggas reached out. They helped me, gave me tags. Leon, Dion, George Wilborn, Real, Mark. So I helped these young guys. You know what I'm saying? I try to,
right?
Because it's a lot of new niggas So I help when I can. But yeah, that's how it was done. You know.
I want to talk about trucking and how you get started in trucking.
You know what's crazy? The same thing that happened to me in comedy happened to me in trucking. I had a mentor, a person that took me under their wing and just showed me the game. Trucking, my uncle. Showed me the game, showed me what to do, what not to do. And my whole goal was to take it another level. Right. I watched him, seen what he was great at, saw what he was not great at, and I just, over the years, he sold me my first truck. Like, he put me in the game.
Shout out to Uncle David.
Yeah, Uncle David put me in the game. Let me drive. First of all, he trained me
for free.
Right? And what I love about that the most, he was never he never gave up. He never been like, nigga.
Did it take you a long time?
It did, because I was young and I was doing so much stuff. But he understood that. He used to be like, you young. He say, just come. Whenever you got time, just come to the truck. So it took me a while because I'm working at Coca-Cola, I'm working at Home Depot, I'm still working. So I'm passing stuff because trucking is a lot of tests.
Yeah.
Right. So I passed this, passed that, and I just put it all together one day, and I got my L's, and I cried like a baby.
I know you did.
Man, I cried like a motherfucker when I got
I
my
know you
CDL.
did.
Yeah, but Uncle David showed me the game, put me in trucking, and I've been with him where we at now since 2000. Nigga, I've been driving 25 years.
Damn.
Yep.
Do you feel like a lot of men in our family don't take advantage of having that somebody who will teach you how, even you'll teach somebody how to drive?
Of course.
Because I feel like everybody in our family should have a CDL.
But I'm going to tell you, everybody can drive, but it's not for everybody. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's for, trucking is for guys who really ambitious and who can handle it. David used to always tell me that you got to handle it. And if you ain't the type of person who can handle it, don't get into trucking. It's not. If your day got to go right, like if you need everything to go right, don't fuck with it.
Right, because sometimes you might come home at 10 at
Nigga,
night.
you gonna get a flat. You gonna get a blowout. Your dolly legs ain't gonna work. Your doors ain't gonna close. You know, it's a lot that happens every day. And niggas be crying. Everybody want to drive a truck till it's freezing, right? Do you know nothing works when it's 0 below?
Yeah.
Like, nothing works, right? We out there. When they put on the news how free, we out there. Truck ain't starting. You got to jump that. It really separates. But that's why I say it helped me with comedy.
Right.
Because comedy the same way, G. It separate the men from the boys. You got people complaining every day on Facebook about shows and other comics, and all you could do is run your race. G.
Yeah.
I don't look at other comics as my competition.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I don't feel like you in my way or you stopping me from doing, nigga. I don't get into that. Niggas are, hey man, such and such said something about you. I don't care, bro.
Right.
Don't you know so-and-so can say something about me and I can see him stranded. I'm going to roll up and be like, hey, you good? I'm going to help you. Because you ain't where I'm getting my blessings from anyway.
Right.
You don't determine
Right.
what I got.
Right.
So I don't understand why people be like, you not determining what I got. You ain't the reason I got a nice money Carlo sitting on, you know what I'm saying? So that don't bother.
So you don't have no comedy beefs?
If I do, I don't know.
Right.
I don't entertain it.
Right.
No. I'm not, I used to try to be the get along, and I don't care. I ain't ducking no smoke, but no, I don't be into that. Even if I got it, I'm not finna be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna feed into it and call a nigga, hey man, you said this. I don't give a fuck about, I got 4 boys and a wife. Right? That my sons play AAU, they hoop. So I be looking at niggas like, yo, you really need a family, right? You need some shit to do.
Need a life,
Right.
Yeah.
I can't worry about what a nigga say about me when my son finna graduate from college.
Right.
My wife and 4 boys, and I got nephews, and so I'm too busy, nigga. I'm building a 96 Impala. Right?
You been building that bitch for like 2 years.
And this what I tell all men, get you a hobby.
Yeah.
That'll keep you off Facebook spazzing.
Yeah.
Cause you getting your motor done for your fucking car. I'm waiting on my motor.
Seats and shit.
I got seats and interior and so yeah, man. I ain't tripping on that type
Speaking
of
on
shit.
the early days of comedy, you got your start at Jokes and Oaks.
Right.
Sitting in the back of that room, who like wowed you? Like who was you looking at like, damn, like they lighting this bitch up?
A lot of niggas. At them times, I'm just talking about like, when I started in 07, 08, of course it was real. Wildcat.
Oh, Wildcat.
Wildcat, you be like,
ooh,
what planet you
yeah, he take you on a ride.
Kevin Damn Fool Simpson.
Ooh.
Right? On a Wednesday night in Chicago from 07 to about, because 07, everybody was still here.
Yeah.
Until people start. But Fool, Wildcat, Ill Will, right? Bald head. Niggas was just in they back. Like, I still got some of the list. Like, if you see some of the list of the niggas' names
Right.
that was signing, and not to mention, people don't know this about Chicago, but it was some times where people who didn't live here used to
Be here a lot.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Kelly K. Dub Walker,
Yep.
Daryl Dam,
Yeah.
Willie Lynch, Blackberry from fucking Detroit.
Yep.
Nigga on a Wednesday.
Woo.
Blackberry. Niggas was surgical, nigga. It was so, and that's what I tell these young cats. We was watching these guys,
Yeah.
so we had to get better.
Yeah.
And then real one putting you up
Right.
unless you can perform. It was like, I'm a big wrestling fan, so Jokes and Notes on Wednesday was like if you know wrestling, it was like a Saturday night main event. That was the only time Hulk Hogan wrestled. It had to. So that Wednesday, and Real would tell it, he's like, it's open mic, but not really,
Right.
fam.
Right. Not. Yeah.
And we didn't understand that.
You got to be one of them.
It's open mic, but not really,
Yeah.
fam. So he letting you know it is open, but you can't handle this. You had to be ready. You had to be groomed because it's open mic, but not really, fam. And that shit, you had to earn your spot, bro.
Right.
You know? And my goal back then was to be able to walk in Jokes and Notes. It's a lot of people there, and they like, you going up.
Yeah.
You going
Without
up.
you signing the list.
No.
Yeah.
They got to put, and that was my goal in comedy anyway. Now, any city I go to, because I look at OGs, right? I look at Corey. If Corey walk in any comedy club in this country, they're going to ask him, do he want to go up? No matter who's on the show. If Dave Chappelle walk in a comedy club, hey, you want time? That's my goal. Like, no matter, if I'm in Boston, I go to a show, could be a full show. They're going to say, man, you want, that's what I'm working for, you know? Not to shit on niggas and all that. No, nigga, I do this for real.
Speaking of Corey, Corey Holcomb, Corey took you on the road with him for 2 years.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
A blessing. I look at that the same way my uncle did me with trucking. The same. I learned so much. Like when Daniel's son went to Mr. Miyagi, real shit, he wanted to fight, but the way that Mr. Miyagi taught him, like he didn't even know he was learning to fight. Right. So I'm looking at that situation with Corey just to be a headliner, but I'm learning like how to move.
Yeah.
You know, Corey don't get enough credit on just how he move and how he perform.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just watching, right? People don't look at motherfucker might not even be feeling well.
Yeah.
Right? Might be under the weather. But you gotta go out and do an hour and 20.
Yeah.
Right? Damn. Motherfuckers don't see that before you go on stage, you putting out fires with family, friends. Somebody need a furnace.
Yeah.
You like, you got your person, hey, send my mama that, and you doing all, and then you go on stage, and then you come off stage, you gotta still, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. People they don't look at that type of stuff, you know. Even myself, dealing with stuff, you know, and you gotta perform. A lot of people have regimens, you know. Corey like to be in the zone. He don't want nobody disturbing his peace. Right? So on the outside, people will be like, man, he don't want nobody back there, but he in the zone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It just was a blessing just to see how a person works, because nobody teach you that. Nobody shows you how to travel and how to move, and you know, and people don't know, like everybody love Corey, like the club owners and the people and all them niggas. They don't be, man. They love that nigga when he come through, and you know, and a nice dude, like, you know, motherfuckers like, I see all the shit on the internet, I just be like, come on, man, like, you know. Here's what I find funny about comedy, right? It's niggas who say the right shit on TV and say shit and never do nothing for nobody.
Yeah.
Right? Don't take comics on the road. don't get nobody nothing. Then it's niggas who got antics and do shit, but they get niggas the clothes off they back.
Yeah.
They feed niggas. They taking niggas on the road.
And that's who Corey
Man, I
is.
seen this man give motherfuckers shit off his back. Off his back. Like, you ever see a nigga with something nice on, you be like, that's nice. That probably cost, you know.
Them $10,000 Balenciaga jackets he be wearing.
$15. And he give it to a nigga. Here. Nigga. The fuck? Like, that's real shit. Like, nigga, you ever went shopping with a motherfucker who don't gotta ask how much shit costs? That's a different. Like, I used to feel good about myself. If I got 4 sons, I take them shopping, and I'm in Foot Locker. I spend $1,300.
Right.
You just shopping and ain't saying how much. You just like, give me that, give me that. I'm like,
you in there looking at tags.
I'm like,
let's get the fuck up out of here.
I'm like, for that jacket, $10,000. And I said, Cole, I said, I don't give a fuck how much money I make, G. He said, yes, you.
Yeah, you because you do it now.
He said, that's what
you
he
do
told.
it now.
He said, nigga, you win $1,000. I said, I would never.
Yeah, you got $1,000 shades.
I'm not. I promise you, Balenciaga.
Yeah, you probably don't like Balenciaga. I like Balenciaga.
I'm not buying no big ass boots for $7,000. I'm not buying that shit, G. Now I'ma have my cars and my guns and shit that I like. But a sweater for $7,500.
You gonna do it?
I promise you.
You gonna do it?
I promise you. But that experience just taught me so much. Just traveling, you know, your body.
Yeah.
How to just live and eat. You hopping off planes, and it's a lot you go through mentally, dog. Just out, you know. So that was a blessing, bro. You know, for real. Just you know, Corey always good with me.
Early on in your career, you used to hang with Lil Real a lot.
I did.
What was that like seeing his transition from being in the city to where he's at now?
Real, what's crazy about Real, and people said this about Kanye, like Real was real
Before
he was real,
Yeah.
right? And he, like, nobody knows what you're doing but you, right? Real would say shit like, like, he would say all that. You'd be like, you know, nigga, okay. He used to be like, I'm gonna get on, be on, and, you know, this and that. Because at one point, I remember when he had gave me that room. Real was hosting a lot of rooms, and he gave me one. He gave me the room out on
Rude Boys
on Madison.
Yeah.
And he said, fam, I remember the day he was in the car. We was in the car. He was talking to somebody, and he was like, yo, if they don't got $350 for me, I ain't fucking with it. And I'm saying to myself, $350,
Yeah.
G? Motherfuckers giving you $350?
Off comedy.
He said, if I ain't getting $350, fam, I don't want it. And I'm saying to myself, nigga, give me the $200 shit, $150 shit. But just seeing him, like I said, I didn't know what he was on, right? But we all knew Real was gonna like do something, but I didn't know. And you just went from seeing him all the time, and then it slow up. And he was in New York, and he's getting auditions, he's getting this here, he's getting the live, and then you just don't see that nigga no more
On the TV.
And he gone, and that's, you know, yo, Real, you know, man, Real did his thing, man, doing his thing, and you know, I remember somebody was like, "You don't call Real?" Like, no,
Right.
no, like. I don't do that anyway. I'm not the type of nigga just call you because I got your number.
Right.
You know, but Real always been good people. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Real. But just seeing that trend, and it was inspiring, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody talk about D-Ray and Corey and Dion. I didn't see they grind. I saw Lil Real, right? I used to be with him. We in Harvey, he used to come to my house in Markham, right? We was doing skits, and so he just let us know that it's possible. Like, if I did it, you know, You know, I remember he had got something with where he was doing a skit, and he called us and he called everybody like, man, I'm doing a skit, and we was just happy because he got a deal. Like we didn't know the details of the deal or whatever, but we knew he got a deal or something, and he put a lot of us in the skit, and it was just that's what I aspire to do. Just you know, be able to move like that and you know, come up. I guess. Right?
Speaking of like being on tour and just comedy, period. How did you balance having a wife, kids, being gone every weekend for 2 years?
Yeah, I got a dope wife, G. Cause your partner has to be a hell of a person.
Facts.
Your partner has to be that person that, cause I can't do what I do if she don't do what she do. Right? I can't drive the truck and do comedy if she don't take care of the kids,
right.
the house, right? I can't.
Yeah.
So I tell a lot of guys, like, nigga, that's why I take care of my wife, because she take care of all the shit. Like, who's going to get those report cards?
Yeah.
I don't even know what my kid's grade. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking check. Right? But that's why you have a wife.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to. We try to make each other lives like, and I don't want her to worry about what this costs or what that costs.
Right.
I don't want her to worry about what the furnace, she don't fucking know the furnace go out. That's just how we do it, and it's no right or wrong. But my wife is nigga, because I'm not worried about the crib when I'm in Atlanta or on the road.
She got it.
You got it.
Shout out to Tabitha.
Yeah, so
Pinky.
2 years, you know, and I always feel that make you stronger too, right? Because it give you chance to miss each other and that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you at home, you like, I can't wait till I go on the road, right?
Right.
Then when you're on the road, you like, damn, I can't you know.
Wait
so
till I go home.
it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? And it was strong, and you know, it wasn't real long times, but just when you needed that, and you giving each other a break. She getting a break from me, I'm getting, so it worked. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I tell a lot of comics who's married, your wife has I feel sorry for a lot of comics who got wives who don't believe in them.
Ooh. Do you see that? Do you know it when you see it?
Nigga, I see it. I've learned that when we did World Ventures, right? When I did network marketing, your spouse don't believe in, right? So it causes friction, right?
Yeah.
Because when we do comedy, we out, right? So if your wife don't think you funny, she like, you shouldn't be out that long.
Right.
Right? You ain't that funny.
Right.
To be coming home at 1 and 2 in the morning. Right? But if they believe in you, they know after the show, it's where it's like, that's the network.
Yeah.
Right? That's when you chop. I remember one time somebody came in town. I said, baby, the hanging out part is critical.
Yeah.
Right? Because if Kevin Hart or somebody come to town and y'all going to, you got to be there. Some niggas, I got to go home. It's like, if your wife don't understand that, you missing the part, because that talk and chopping it up. I remember one time Donnell Rollins came to Chicago and he just kicked it. Yeah. We had a club downtown and motherfuckers chop. It was niggas like, I got to go. I said, nigga, you got to, tonight?
Man, this one of them nights.
This shit don't happen all the time. You could text your girl like, so-and-so in town, baby, and cool. But I see a lot of niggas who don't. I feel sorry for them niggas.
I want to talk about Mary Lindsay.
Mary?
And what did she do for your comedy career?
Mary really taught us, G. Like, she taught us. We didn't see it at the time. We just thought Mary was crazy. But she really showed us how to be professional. Tell your jokes. She would get on the mic in the back of the club. Tell your jokes. Say some jokes. You know what I'm saying? She was joke driven. Like, nigga, don't get on my stage and bullshit, right? She tell niggas, don't get up there and bullshit. So she would always check, and if she liked you, she checked the nigga. If she ain't give a fuck about you,
Right,
she ain't
she
never
ain't.
say shit about
Yeah.
you, right? But if she fuck with you, she was just on us, and I appreciate her because she really. That's what these comics don't have. They don't got nobody giving a fuck about they set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mary would be like, you know, she'll come up to you after your set, be like, that ain't it, Mark. Like, you know, I don't know what the fuck that. You got to try it again. You know, I remember when I was hosting, Mary came up to me and was like, I don't want to see Ronnie George or Ballhead. I don't want to see none of them motherfuckers.
Because them was your guys.
I put them niggas up every week. I don't want to see your brother. I don't want to see Eli Hamilton. I would just put up my niggas. She said, none of that shit. But Mary was a beast.
She said, don't put up Eli Hamilton.
I used to have
either
to
pick between
Eli and M. Brown, because then was the same. She's like, they the same nigga. At that time, but Mary no comedy. She knew her shit.
Yeah.
She like them the same niggas.
Yeah.
She said, you gonna pick.
Yeah.
Don't put, it's no reason you putting both of them niggas out. At that time, back in those days, I said, but at that time, they kind of was like the same, and you had to pick. So I would put Eli up one week, and then I'll put M up the next. And what people don't know about hosting the room, niggas be mad at you, boy.
Yeah.
If you don't put them up.
Yeah.
You get text messages. Oh man, you a bitch ass nigga. You don't want to see me shining. Like, bro,
Wow.
I can only put up 7 people.
Wow.
And Mary was on me.
Yeah.
She didn't let me do like
how Real did.
No. She told me who to put up.
Y'all hear that? It wasn't him.
No, it wasn't me. Mary would take that list. She'd scratch your fucking shit off. Ronnie George, no.
All your guys,
all
no.
them niggas, no. And she would be like, put up the white guys. We had to cater to the white guys.
Put up Kristen Toomey.
The white, you know. But yeah. Yeah, Mary was a beast. Mary, dope. I love Mary.
Yeah, I do. I fuck with Mary too. Mary would give me, like every 6 months, Mary would give me a stack of tickets to come for free. She pulled me in the office one day and was like, you support every week. You don't gotta pay no more.
Yeah, I was fucking. That's just say it. Don't beat around the bush.
No.
You licked Mary ass, boy.
One of the waitresses probably,
say
but
what it is.
But I appreciate Mary. I want to talk about what was it like when you got the room, when you became the Wednesday Wild 'N Out host.
What people don't know was I was campaigning for that spot for a long time.
Yeah.
Like I was writing her letters and, you know, just trying to campaign way before it happened, maybe a year or two. And I don't know what had happened, but here's what I do know. In this game, somebody has to okay.
Yeah.
Right? Even with me being on tour or somebody's got to say yes. I've seen it. I've been in rooms where somebody say, well, what about Tyrese? Somebody got to be like, yeah.
Who do you feel that yes came from?
It was real. It was all the people that she went to, you know, that did. And she checked with guys or, you know, just not checking, but just getting the feel, right? Because if people don't like you or you know, whatever, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, because a lot of times people got jobs taken from them because a person just didn't like them.
Right.
Probably was the best fit.
Right.
But because a nigga don't fuck with you, they'll be like, nah. Right? But I know in that situation that Real was, you know, influential, you know, maybe Marlon or George or whoever was her guys mentioning this kid, because I didn't come from that circle. They don't know me.
Yeah.
So somebody had to say yes. Somebody had to say, yeah, Mary, give him a try. And I'm glad they did. But for me, it was, it was like because our game was to get on that wall.
Yeah.
Right? We was trying to get on the wall. And I remember I got the job, and my sister Gina, rest in peace, who ain't here, she was like, Marvin, don't take that job because we can't come every week. I said, Gina, it ain't for y'all
right.
to come.
Y'all don't supposed to come every
week. You telling me don't take a job?
Yeah.
It's a job, whether you come or not. I'm getting paid X amount of dollars every week, you know? So that was an experience, and I didn't know what came with it. Like I don't pay attention to the hate but it was I didn't really right. People feel, and you start feeling it like damn, G, like we all just trying to eat and feed our family, like. But I started seeing it like, oh, you niggas like mad, right, like. So you go out and buy another car, like nigga.
Stun on niggas.
That's like that's what nigga. I'm like, if you mad, I'm gonna give you a reason, right? I ain't finna ask you why or I don't care, but I'm gonna give you a reason.
What was that like? Was that an experience like owning your own business and being able to purchase cars and jewelry and when a lot of other comics can't?
What's the question?
I mean, what was that like? Did you get a lot of hate or?
If I did, I don't know it.
Okay.
Right? It's not brought to me.
Okay.
Right? But what's said behind my back is none of my business. Right? What niggas, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So it was never brought to me. But I'm sure, you know, it because a lot of people be like, you know, Dubs got a job or this and that. Like, I was trucking before I became a comic. So that's all I knew. And I already had a family, right? I got kids. So a lot of people be like, yeah, I quit my job. Nigga, you was a social worker. You ain't walk away.
Right, it's a difference.
Right, nigga, you ain't walk away from a 6-figure, 300, like it's the difference.
Yeah.
You already had a lifestyle, already was into stuff, so it's different. So for me, like I said, you know, if people didn't like what I did or who I was, I didn't know it. You know, ain't nobody's gonna come to you and be like, I don't like you because they saying it behind your back and telling other niggas and trying to pull people in not to like you. And I'm the type of nigga be like, nigga, stand in the corner with them niggas. Like, you know, I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Just like every other episode, speak on the mansion.
I can't.
You can't speak on the mansion?
I can't. I mean, I speak on it but it's the same experience. I tell a story all the time, just about how this guy was coming to Jokes and Notes, and he had women with him, and they'll be flashing every show.
Yeah.
And it was just one show where Real was just like, what do y'all do? And they like, we black excellence and this and that. And they have parties every week. So my good homie Mike Sam, he goes to a party. He calls and said, G, you gotta go to this party. I'm like, I've been to many parties. He's like, no.
Nah, not this, nigga.
But at that time, you couldn't say it. Right? It was like, you can't say this. You can't say all that. He said, trust me. It's gonna be here next week. Joe, you gotta go. Next week come, I go. Knock on the door. I know the guy. He's from the Leclerc courts, and he come to Jokes and Notes every Wednesday. So I know the guy. They open the door, and it's hell on earth. It's just bitches everywhere, naked. They feeding each other apples and oranges, and I sit next to a lady, and I'm like, so you come here often? She like, do you want some pussy or not? You don't. She said, baby, you don't got to do that. I'm asking about her sign and is you a Leo? She like
a gentleman.
I didn't know. I didn't know. You know, but I never been to nothing like that. I never seen nothing like that, and it was crazy. And after about going 6 or 7 times, I was like, this is not the
6 or 7.
Yeah, I went.
It took 6 or 7 times.
Because you got to try it.
Okay. Ooh. Give me your top 5 favorite comics of all time.
Top 5 of all time?
Of all time.
Patrice O'Neal.
Ooh.
Eddie Murphy. Jamie Foxx.
That's 3.
Patrice. Deion Cole. And of all time, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, cause I grade comedy different. I look at it's a lot. Uh, it's a lot that I be looking. I just don't be looking at you fun. Like some niggas be naming people because they had one great set on Def Jam.
Right.
Like, nigga,
Yeah.
I'm looking at consistent niggas who's every time I see them, K Dub.
Cool, K Dub. K Dub.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
I'm not mad at that top five.
I just like to see niggas do what they do, and it's not a rendition of another nigga. Like these niggas do what they do.
Yeah.
And if somebody else doing it, they doing them. If I see another nigga, they doing Dion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They doing K Dub or they doing.
So you like original?
I mean, everybody like original, but I just like niggas who master doing what they doing, and then I just like niggas who really good. You know, Corey, Carlos Miller. You know, it's a lot, bro. Like I study comics, niggas who good. You know, but yeah.
Give me your top 5 Chicago comedians.
Top 5
that's still here
in Chicago.
Yeah.
Marlon
Mitchell.
Ooh. I like Sean Morgan. I like Calvin Evans. I like T. Murph. I like Just Niche.
Okay. That's 5.
I'm gonna just name niggas.
Okay.
Wildcat. Damn Fool. Ronnie George. You know, it's a famo. Like it's
Famo
niggas,
got strong.
It's niggas that's just like serious.
Yeah.
Big Keith. If nigga.
Fried hard.
Nigga. So it's one thing that I got a lot when I was on the road with Corey that made me feel good. Like niggas be like, they come up to me pointing like, nigga, where the fuck you come from?
Right.
I never heard of you. That's the best fit. Like, I'm glad I'm in a position I am. Because some comics, sometimes you could be in a bad spot where everybody done seen you.
Yeah.
And you just not going to get on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of comics like that the industry seen them. Everybody seen them. Oh, that's such and such. But then you got some hidden gems that niggas ain't seen you. Certain producers and artists or people that matter don't know who you are. And, you know, when I'm opening and people come up to me after the show and be like, I'm from Chicago, bro. We breed this. It's a lot of niggas like me in Chicago, G, that nobody know about. So, yeah.
Speaking of Ronnie George, what is it like having a brother also in comedy?
It's great. I love it. Cause it got its moments because people like try to put us as a duo.
Right.
Like every time niggas be like, I'm gonna book you and your brother. Nigga, you don't have to. I mean, it's cool. But then they'll go to him and be like, hey, you think you could get your brother? Like niggas will come to me, hey, call my brother.
Yeah, because he got a price.
He got a price and I got a price. You know what I'm saying? So that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? We ain't like some brothers who ain't like, that's my real brother.
Yeah.
So niggas be like, try to pit us at like, nigga, I wore that nigga socks. You know, like that nigga gave me clothes. So we brothers for real. You know what I'm saying? But I love what Ronnie doing. You know, he got his own lane. He do, and we both funny in our own right. He do what he do. I do what I do, and it's just good. Like, to have a person, people, you know, the flip side, we hear everything. Like, niggas will call me if he don't got if he
bombed.
Yeah, cause it's like I'm the young brother, right? People think I'm old.
Yeah,
he's older than me, but I'm like responsible for that nigga in comedy, right? It's like niggas will call me like, man, your brother up here. I'm like, nigga, that nigga's my big brother.
Right.
They'll man come up. They'll call and be like, man, come up here, your motherfucking brother up here. I'll be like, gee, he good. Like, hey man, like Ron say wild shit.
Yeah, he do.
He will say wild shit. Hey man, your brother up here talking about that gay shit. I'd be like, hey man, That man got 5 kids, bro. Like, but yeah, we have fun, man.
How do you feel about like not being recognized on award shows like the 312 awards, certain competitions? Which at this point you're not doing competitions, but do you feel overlooked by not being nominated in certain awards that happen in Chicago?
Yeah, you be overlooked, but it don't bother me because I understand the people who be doing that. They don't know comedy. They don't know. They not grading comedy off what we do, right? They looking at it from a scale of who's popping, right? The niggas who on the internet and who got the followers. So that's what but they not judging off niggas who standing with a bottle of water and a towel and delivering. So that's not the criteria. If they had that criteria, then you're forced to come to Bar 10 and Lavu and come to those spots where I be, where we be, instead of just looking on the internet and picking comics. I'm not there,
right?
Unless it's this, but I don't got skits and shout out to the niggas who do all that. But I'm not mad at that. I don't get upset. I just want to be the best comedian I can be, and if I'm on a show with them niggas, you gonna be like,
you gonna tell,
you gonna be like, okay, big dude, that nigga ain't, but I don't be caring about that shit.
What do you see yourself transitioning into? Movies, acting, commercial, or is that something you want to do?
That's the goal. Like, nobody want to do comedy 40, 50 years. Like, with the lifestyle, we just explained the traveling, the eating bad. My dream is to be on Chicago PD or Force or a show that's in Chicago that I'm going to work in Chicago every day and be on a show and making money, and I can still do shows, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to get into acting. I've been acting my whole life, movies and sitcoms or whatever. Yeah, that's the goal.
Do you feel do you regret not moving to L.A. or New York?
Sometimes I do, but I also know God got me right where I need to be. Right.
Alignment.
I used to be down on myself and be like, man, you should have went to LA and this and that. But then God kick in and be like, nigga, that ain't what I got for you. Right? He'd be like, don't trip, because we think we have to do certain things. What's funny is, right before I went on tour with Corey, I was telling somebody, like, I've been doing comedy all these years, and I never did this club or this club and this club and this. And I was like down, like, how I'm gonna do these clubs, right? How it ain't no way. I'm too old. And then God just showed, just like, nigga, you know what the fuck I am. And in that time, I done did. So I don't even trip on that no more, because God can come in and be like, I can get you to do all that. That ain't nothing, G. So I was down, like, man, I've been doing comedy all this time, and I never did no funny bones, no improv, right? And then just like that, I done them all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when it come to those things, you be down but then God.
That's like the tattoo that you have on your arm.
Which one?
Mark 1124.
Yeah. So I just, I don't beat myself up. But at one point, that was the goal. I wanted to go to LA and be in LA, and but now not so much with the internet and things and stuff happening. I can get to LA. Right. That's not a problem. I can go to LA tonight, tomorrow. So I don't feel like it's a problem me not being. And plus, LA on fire every week. I'm cool.
Burning shit down.
So, but I tell young guys, like guys who's new, go to LA, G. Like if you 25, like my man Sheldon Calhoun, nigga 28, no kids.
He's killing it right now too.
Why you go, nigga? Yeah. Go. But it's all good. I think you should just go for the experience. Just go. Because comedy is about experiences. A lot of people not funny because they ain't funny. You ain't funny because you don't have no experiences. Right. I got experiences. The roaches, and that I tell that on stage. My life, growing up with sisters and brothers. that's why I'm funny. You have to have experience. You have to live. The mansion is a part of my life.
Right.
I get to tell that.
Yeah.
I used to date women because I needed to tell those stories.
Yeah.
I needed those experiences with all these women, and that's what I used to go on stage. So it was the experiences, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm married. I don't have that to meet people, so I gotta be creative and do other stuff and to create the content and the stuff I need to talk about. So, but with 4 kids and it's
a wife,
yeah,
business,
it happens.
Mortgage,
it's you know, my property tax went up. I'm like, y'all can have this house. Nobody tell you when you buy a house, that shit gonna go up.
Yeah.
Everybody say don't rent, buy. They don't say, hey, your property tax is gonna keep going up, G. Your shit gonna go up. And you be like, y'all can come get this bitch. The fuck I'm paying.
Do you see yourself buying another house? Because y'all didn't outgrew that house.
My son Mars say, we need a bigger
Why we
house.
live?
We need a bigger house. We need a bigger house, Dad. Because he watch all that shit on YouTube.
And y'all house already big. So
no, it's not. We got my baby mama be watching. It's not. No, it's not, nigga. Motherfuckers always be talking about what I got. No, nigga, it's not. It's a regular size, nice little hut.
So what do you have coming up?
This podcast, nigga, next week. Right now, I'm still doing shows. I got a Mother's Day show.
Okay.
Book Michael Blackson.
Oh, that's big.
I'm doing a Bernie Mac. Let me tell you, Bernie Mac family fuck with me. They fuck with me the long way. Every year they do something. They call me. His wife and his wife's sister, they always reach out. So it's a show, April 5th, a Bernie Mac tribute show that I'm doing.
Okay.
And I'm just putting all my time and energy and resources in this podcast,
There
bro.
we go.
We building it. You know, I talked to a prominent comedian today who called me. And said,
shout out.
Don't say his name, but he called and said he loved what we doing. Anything he can do, he want to do it when he come to town. So it's just like you never know who watching, bro. And that just encouraged me to keep going, and we got to build this thing out. G.
Outside of him, what are some of the things that you've heard about our podcast?
People, you know what? People just like. They say we have good conversation, and we going off the rip.
Yeah, none of this is written.
I used to do podcasts, and I felt we was just too rehearsed. I'm not trying to be Dan Rather. I'm not a journalist. I'm not, it's not going to be professional. I'm a comedian, right? And a lot of the people I had on the show, I know them, so I don't have to prepare. And I know you niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like you know me, you don't have to be like, so. But when it's people I don't know too much about, I will do what I need to do. But it's just, we just want to have fun, man. Have a good environment.
And we do.
We have my family, my cousin.
Shout out to Rod Johnson.
To Rod and Tab.
Who's on the camera.
Jabari. We
Portia.
We kick it. We have fun. And we do what we do. And, just going to build this thing out, bro. Keep it going.
Is we open for business, ain't we?
Of course.
Like other people's podcasts, because we got spaces here. We can film it for you. We can edit it for you. Yeah. All of that.
Yeah, you gonna do that. Shit.
I mean, of course, I'm gonna do it.
None of that
but
shit.
Yeah, we got space, and if you want a podcast or you're thinking about one, hit us up.
Yeah,
it's a fee, but hit us
up. Do y'all podcast.
What's your social media handles and all this? Marvin Phipps.
Everything is just Marvin Phipps. Like, that's another thing I want to focus on is really growing my social media, man. That's where it's at right now. And what's crazy is we've been getting followers.
Yeah,
my TikTok
man.
been going crazy.
Yeah, you hit 100,000.
Yeah, I hit.
I ain't got there yet, but man, I've been on Instagram since 2013. Yeah.
You know who told me about Instagram?
Who?
Baldhead.
Shout out to Baldhead.
Baldhead Phillips in 2012 was like, you ain't on Instagram? I'm like, what the fuck is Instagram? He showed me. and I got on Instagram. The very first picture I took is way at the bottom of my Instagram. I'm sitting in my truck, and I took a picture and posted on Instagram. And that was like 2012, 2013. But I want to grow my socials, man, and grow this page, grow our YouTube.
Yeah.
And monetize and do all the things we can.
Yeah.
And we going to be selling merch.
Yes.
Like, we got sweaters.
We got sweaters.
We got these cups.
Yeah.
So we just building this thing out, man. Money comes easy and frequently, man.
Most definitely.
And just, keep supporting. And what I'm most impressed about is the support of people who call and text and who watch every week. Michael Walton, David, just my family, my sisters.
Shannon.
You can't name them. You can't start, G. You gonna get a phone call.
Matt.
You gotta name
Charlotte.
them all now. Yeah, you can't just name. I got an ear feel when I
Booby.
missed somebody. They was
Who
like,
else? Who
say
else?
my name.
Who else?
Sweetie. Wow.
Ooh.
Pinky Family Watch support. So it's all love, man.
Shout out to my little brother too.
Real be watching.
Real, he watch every single episode.
Wow.
Comment.
And what
sharing.
we gonna do? Like, we gonna send niggas. Like, I got merch coming, like sweaters, cups. What I want to do, and eventually what I want to do is I want us to start going live. I don't know how that'll work.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should. Y'all let us know.
We probably should have did this one live.
I don't know how
that would have been dope.
We don't got internet. That's why we going live. I gotta find the internet. I ain't paid the internet.
But we moving up. We bought new cameras.
We got cameras.
Shit.
It's a grind. And I know people was on me because I had this space for a while, and people was like, man, when you gonna do it? And it take time, G. I'm driving the truck, got a family doing comedy. I'm
like, nigga, let's just go.
But here's what I know, and this how God worked for me. When I do it, it be right.
Yeah.
It might take a minute, but when God be telling me, don't rush it. Just like with my company, he be like, when I get on my soapbox and be like, man, come on. He be like, nigga, did I ever? That's how God talked to me. God talked to me like, nigga, have I ever let you down? Don't worry. He tell me, Marvin, don't worry. God talked to me how I talk to myself.
Yeah.
Right? He'll be like, don't worry about none of that. Do what I tell you to do. Don't worry about none of that.
Be obedient.
Don't worry about what so-and-so doing and who got this deal. Just do what I tell you to do. We gonna work it out. And I'm
again,
like,
alignment.
And I'm like, God, I want this Cybertruck. I want a Cybertruck.
Shit.
I want a new crib.
Speaking into existence.
I want to buy my wife a range. I want to retire my mom. It's a lot of. I did this exercise that Steve Harvey say you got to write 300 things you want from God, and I've been doing that. I'm on like 200. It get hard, but when the exercise is, this is God, right? Ain't nothing too big, it's whatever you want, right? But it be so hard after a while, that you be like, you could ask to cure cancer, to cure AIDS, to cure home. But after so long, you like, what else? What? So you start for other people. I asked God for an Escalade for Umrod and let his wife come outside and my cells stop having headaches. You just start everything. Like, you have to. But so, yeah, man.
What your boys say about you being a comedian, business owner, all that type of stuff?
They don't give a fuck. Your kids just your kids, bro. It's just like LeBron's sons don't give a fuck about that he the best. That's their daddy. And to me, that's better than I love being a daddy more than just being a comedian.
Yeah.
Right? I'm their daddy. And to them, that's big, right? They don't give a fuck about none of this. They be like, you know what I'm saying? You my dad. Like, so for me, I used to want them to be like, but they like, nigga, you my dad. You know. But
is there anybody you want to shout out to right now?
No. Not really.
No shout outs.
I mean, my wife, kids. I mean,
everybody who support the show.
Everybody who support the show, man. Keep supporting. Make sure y'all like,
subscribe,
follow, share.
subscribe.
You
I
know,
see a lot of people walk up to me like y'all doing good, but they ain't subscribed.
you know. Let me ask you this before we get. Do you miss World Ventures?
Nigga. Nigga. Low key.
I miss World Ventures.
I do.
G.
World Ventures was a vibe.
Shout out to World Ventures,
Shout
man.
out to World Ventures.
The travel. And I'm gonna tell you before we get out. I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. So I was going hard with World Ventures.
Right.
For those who don't know, that's a network marketing group I got into.
Yeah.
The Blue Signs You Should Be Here. We were selling dream trips and vacation packages, and then I was going hard. I stopped doing comedy for a while. And T. Murph said, Dubs, if you don't put that blue sign down, nigga, and come back to comedy.
But we made a lot of money in that company.
We made and that helped me with my business.
Yeah.
You know, even like with what we doing, and you know, it helps. So shout out to World Ventures. I know
World Ventures.
the owner of it somewhere in the islands and all us, and you know, ran out of money, but you know, it was good times.
Man, this was dope. You know,
I hope people enjoy it. I hope people be like, my interview was, and it's impromptu. We just. That's why I don't be worried about what we gonna do, because we talented and we gonna figure it out.
Family, and we know, you know,
we'll figure it out.
Man.
So I hope I touch some souls. I hope I changed y'all lives with my testimony from my humble beginnings. You know, growing up, coming from Monticello to Kilpatrick to Ada to Ogden. I lived across the street from Ogden Park.
I remember.
You know, I'm from that generation. Went to Curie High School. I was the starting point guard for play varsity.
Oh, I don't know about that. I can see if you said football.
No, I made.
You quit football one day, didn't you?
Yeah, I tried. I went to practice and the nigga hit me. I was done. I was like, I'm not finna do this shit. And I tried out for the basketball team. And they put the list up. It was the A team, the B team. Marvin Phipps was on the C team. I was like, I was like, when do we play? They was like, never.
Practice.
Yeah. So shout out to Curie Condor.
Man, we could talk all night.
Can.
All night. How long we done went, man?
We did an hour and a half. So is you gonna put my picture up and be like,
I'm gonna do all that shit. We finna take the picture and everything.
That shit gonna be funny.
Yeah.
Nah, don't do it.
Why not?
I don't know. Should he? Nah, don't promote me.
Nigga.
Next show, M-Dubs. No, don't do that. Don't do that, dog. Just
gonna put it out. Okay.
Just put it out. All right, man. We gone. Play the music. Free Larry Bernard.
If this rap don't work, then it's back to jugging. I might just hit some stains, then it's back to boogie. I'm somewhere with the gang, smoking on this cookie. These niggas don't even smell what the rock is cooking. If this rap don't work, then it's back to jugging. I might just hit some stains, then it's back to boogie. I'm somewhere with the gang, smoking on this cookie.